What's good, people? What's good,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the after show. So we didn't coordinate who was going to actually start it off. So welcome to the after show. As always, this is where we discuss topics that we didn't have an opportunity to get to. We bring it over to the after show. It's exclusive content for YouTube. So if you're listening or watching on YouTube right now, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend and share it, like it, hit the notification bell. We are still doing the 100 for 100. So once we reach 100, we're going to bless one random person from the comments section with $100. And we're still tossing out neck gaiters. We're in COVID and you still have to wear face coverings when you're out. And the Unpopin neck gaiter is a perfect way to do that.
Yeah. And you can protect your neck, as Wu-Tang would say. All the above. Just
all the above for sure.
Reference.
One of the things that we normally do in the after show are birthdays. We only got a few, but we'll start with obviously one Mr. T Storm's birthday is today.
Gracias. Thank you much. Thank you much. Yes. Shout out to all Aquarians. Tinashe also today. The late Ronald Reagan. And of course, Bob Marley, also born on this day. Shout out to Shaka Zulu, who 3 days before mine, also an Aquarian. My good friend Shaka Zulu.
T-Mo Goody from the Goody Mob. He turned 49 last week. Shakira. She's also an Aquarius.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. 44. 44 still got it too.
I wonder, does her back hurt?
Shakira's eye.
Just wondering if her, you know what I'm saying? Because, when you hit 40.
I bet her back hurt from something.
You can't move like you want. Like, you could be in great shape, but you're going to have some pains and aches and pains for no reason. And all that shimmy and shaking that Shakira do, something got to hurt. I'm just saying, something in there is rattling.
She can keep it.
Hey, I ain't mad.
Or something's rattling in there.
All right.
Let me stop. One Mr. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Fuck him.
Turned 68 years old.
Fuck that dude. Dog face bastard.
Didn't he say some racist shit?
Oh, he did. And he had some half-assed apology about.
He said some racist shit or something. He was in the hour.
You broke up. I lost you completely for a second there.
Yeah, I did too. But we're back. But I was saying he said some racist shit. I don't remember what it was though.
Yeah, I mean he called. He was upset. I believe, if I remember correctly. I think his son was dating a nigger, and he said it.
Yes.
Be bringing no niggas in this.
Yeah. He's like, why would you family? Yeah.
So Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Well done, Dog.
Bounty Hunter, fuck you. Happy birthday.
One Miss Christy Brinkley turned 67. Ex-Mrs. Billy Joel, former supermodel. If you were born in the 70s, spent any time in the 80s, you're familiar with Christy Brinkley. Daddy Yankee turned 44.
Don't disrespect Jonky. Daddy Jonky as my buddy.
My bad. Sean Kingston turned 31. And one Miss Morgan Fairchild turned 71. That's another one you'd know from the 70s and the 80s. She was from TV's Falcon Crest.
I don't remember that show. I think so I don't remember the lineup, but where did that was like on the same night as Dallas, right? Same network? Or were they opposite each other?
It was either Dallas. It was like Dallas, Dynasty, and Falcon Crest were all like that nighttime soap, primetime soap stuff that they were doing back then.
Those shows made
yeah, I didn't watch any of those.
They publicized rich people problems. So that was
yeah.
Right.
and we got to say rest in peace to Dustin Diamond.
Yes.
TV's Screech. He passed away last week at the age of 44. He lost his battle with stage 4 lung cancer, which he had only been diagnosed a week prior. And, you know, it got him, you know, so
yeah.
Rest in peace, Dustin Diamond.
Yeah. I saw Mario, what's the brother's last name? Mario Lopez? No, not Van Peebles, not the director, Mario Lopez, who was also on the show as Slater on Saved by the Bell. He did a very nice dedication to his old friend. They had stayed in contact. They had stayed in touch. They can remain friends. And he said he had spoken to him right after he had came out of his surgery, and they had been talking about him reprising his role as Screech in the new Saved by the Bell. And we're working on some other things that will now no longer come to fruition because he's passed on since. But I thought it was really sweet, something that Mario Lopez did for Screech. It was really cool.
Yeah. What you do for fam.
Yeah.
So there's no easy segue out of death and into funny. So we will just jump out of it and jump into Miss Chloe Bailey, or at least half the men on the internet would like to jump into Miss Chloe Bailey because she kind of put herself out there as a little bit of a sex kitten, I would say. And we talked about this probably about a week or so ago now.
Yeah.
And my position then was it's hard to look at her because she's such a young girl, and I feel like an icky old man. However, I spoke to her as a daddy and said, "Oh, honey, please don't do that to yourself." Primarily because you can't control the attention that you get or the type of attention that you get. And I think that message is landing with Miss Chloe Bailey, because what was it? Last week, she took to the interwebs and had a tearful video she wanted to share with the people.
Yeah, she was a boohoo crying and talking to her followers about the attention that she's gotten as a result of showing her ass. And such a nice ass it is, I must say. But it has to be said, is to say it. It's actually pretty nice. Here's just a little piece of what she said.
Instagram and like my dance videos and stuff. And the funny thing is, the dancing one I did like with the blue light and everything, I did that like 6 months ago. I just shot it in my room because I really, really love to dance. And I feel like I feel so confident when I get to tap into the sexier side of me, because all the people who know me personally, I'm really like such a nerd, and I'm really to myself. I'm really, really shy.
And you really got to see this ass.
So it is like, it's taken a lot for me to show the world who I kind of like really am inside. So that was taken like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that was posted yesterday, I shot that almost a year and 7 months ago when I was like in North Carolina for a movie.
Okay.
So the thing is, you guys just get to kind of see who I really am as a person. And really? I'm really grateful for you all's support and love, because it just wouldn't be right of me to show an image of me that I'm not. like a made up, clean cut image of me that I'm just not. I'm just inside. I'm such a nerd, and I'm not worldly at all. Like, ask anyone who knows me, they think I'm like 50 years old in the head.
Huh.
But when I perform and when I make music and when I dance, that's when I get to tap into the sex.
She's so full of shit.
That's when I find my confidence. I'm not going to cry this time because y'all know I be crying. So it really means a lot to me when I can finally get to a place where I share who I really am.
Okay, what does that mean, who I really am, when you're showing your ass on camera? Listen, I'm not here to judge. I appreciate the visuals. I am still a red-blooded man.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And, listen, you're going to show it, and I can see it, I can comment and go, hey, that's pretty nice. But what are you trying to say? Really? What are you trying to say?
I think she's so full of shit. Oh God, she's so full of shit. Right? It's like, thank you guys for the love, honey. You're confusing love and thirst. There's no love, right? Like, it's not love. And this, I'm really like a 50-year-old person, and I'm not worldly.
Not
really. Well, that very well might be true,
right?
Because I don't know her personally, but to the point that I made last week, the week before, whenever we talked about it last, you present who you are to the public. And if all you're presenting is your ass, then that's all people are going to judge you on. That's all they're going to see. And that's all they're going to take in. They're going to take that ass. That's all they're going to see in order to react to.
Listen.
So if I think you're not being true to yourself by showing the sexier side all the time. Because I've looked at her Instagram. That's all that's up there. Where's the 50-year-old conservative, not worldly person? I would like to see that person also, right? Provide a balance so you don't have to make 20-minute videos talking about how you actually are and who you actually are.
Listen.
Where's her daddy?
I'm all for the thirst trap videos. I'm all for it. I get it. Sex sells. Sell it. You got an album coming out. You got a TV show. You want these views. You want these folks to go, you know what? Yeah, let me see what else she's doing. You want that. I get it. I understand it. But don't play like you don't know what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. It's all cool.
Thank you.
Be who you want us to see. Show us what you want us to see. You want us to see that ass? Show it. I'm all for it. But come on. As Ed Lover would say, come on, son.
I have never heard their music before. Her and her sister, never heard their music before.
I've heard a few joints.
If she is promoting, if you're presenting your ass, you're getting fans of your ass. If you want to convert those people to become fans of your music, then you need to give them music. They're not going to be fans of your ass and then go buy your album. They're just going to keep looking at your ass.
No, I mean, you got to buy. See, that's where we have to disagree. In today's age, it's all about streaming. Show us your ass while you're singing your song, and now we're streaming your song.
You just want to see that girl's ass.
I ain't got to look away. My wife ain't around. So I ain't got to look away.
I would just now I want to hear music. I don't really want to see the tearful stuff. I get where she's coming from. I'm not saying she's completely wrong or she's completely full of shit, but she is kind of full of shit. All right, let's hear some music now. I mean, I think there was like a shot of her in front of a microphone. It's like head up or something, like neck up or whatever. So all right, you putting yourself out there, producing it. Let's hear some music. Right? Let's hear some singing and stop just showing your ass and then and being mad that people are commenting on your ass. I'm just saying.
So,
who in the hell is that?
I have no idea, but listen, that truck in the background is amazing. I really want to know who maintains the lawn back there. It's No, me and my wife we sat analyzing this picture last.
Oh God. there's a lawn maintaining joke there that I just nope.
My wife and I sat. And,
nope. Who's trimming the head?
Yeah, I appreciate my wife because she allowed me to look at this picture for an elongated time and talk about the different things that's going on in this picture. I thought that there's some photoshopping going on because the waist and the hips and all that good stuff doesn't seem proportionate, to what's going on here. Trying to remain respectful. This is what we would call a thirst trap photo. Chloe is not far removed from this. The difference is this young lady is not on television, does not have an album to sell, but she has millions and millions of views and likes and stuff for this type of picture. And
well, at the end of the day, though, it's still about being monetized. It's about monetizing. That's why they do it, because when they create an audience of millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people, they can make money off of that audience. It's no different than Chloe selling an album. Yeah. It's all about gathering an audience and monetizing that audience.
Right. So, like I said, hey, listen.
Hey, man.
I'm going to get your... Listen, if I had the figure, God knew what he was doing when he made me a male. Because if I was a woman, if I was Teresa instead of Terrence, I'd be a straight thigh. It would not be... It would be just ridiculous. It'd be like, damn, Teresa's showing the ass again. Oh, yeah, listen. God bless her. And so whoever's advising her to, if there's anyone advising her to take advantage of the attention that she's getting, so be it. It is what it is. I mean, and at the end of the day, it ain't nothing new. We've seen it before. Sex sells, and you use that attention to get people over to your art. Problem is, if that's all you're showing, if that's all that you're representing, that's all people will expect of you. Mike and I, we had
yes. And
we had this conversation about Janet Jackson. And when you think Janet Jackson, if you think about her earlier work, and then granted, it was a different time. It was an earlier time. It was a little more, what would be considered more modest to today's standards. But at the same time, she was sexy without taking her clothes off. You know what I'm saying? As she got older, her lyrics and songs and videos got more provocative. Mature. A little more, dance on the line of lewd. She actually tied someone to a chair. You know what I mean? She wore cock rings in a video. Busta Rhymes, go back and look. You see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But she left some to the imagination, is what I'm saying. That today does not happen. You see it all. There's nothing left to the imagination. You see every print. You see every, you know what I'm saying? You see it all. I don't want to sound like the old guy, but.
And well, I am the old guy. I'm fine with sounding like that. And it's like, once you engage a person there, it's difficult for you to turn that impression into something else, right? Like, let's turn it around. good luck, Martha Stewart, for making us believe that you're a sex kitten. Right? Good luck, because you're Martha Stewart. Right? You're always going to be Martha Stewart.
Right. I'll take it a
And
step.
conversely, good luck, Chloe.
Right. I'll take it a step further. For single folks, if you meet a person, date a person, and sleep with a person on the first night, and then going out with them again, they go, hey, we can't do that no more. Why not? We already did it. Why not?
You can't change that impression, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, listen, she's young.
God bless her.
You'll figure it out.
The criticism, the critique, the judgment comes from a place of genuine concern for a young girl who, when I look at this situation, I feel like she's making bad choices that will affect her negatively down. That's just the old daddy in me, I guess. I don't know.
That's sweet. That is sweet.
Moving from ass to ass.
Oh boy.
Trumpet and
so off of Chloe's ass and onto.
Sorry, that was trumpet.
No, this isn't.
Sorry, I hit the
trumpet is synonymous with ass.
Yeah, basically. I was actually going for this.
Well, yeah, this that is appropriate, and this is an ass of a different elk. It's the Hamilton, Georgia police chief. This dude was having a conversation with another cop. What is the dude's name? Is the police chief?
You said in Hamilton, Georgia?
And I can't find the other dude's name, but Hamilton, Georgia. Yeah. So they were having an off the cuff conversation and forgot that the body cams was on.
Yeah,
they forgot that the body cams was on, son.
I mean, they were having a conversation about niggas as they usually do, but the camera was on, and we got to hear it,
and it captured. And you're going to get to hear it unless YouTube says we can't play that, and makes me mute it or pulls our video down, which happened to us. We got censored, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, probably the first of many. And
it wasn't something I said.
I'm going to play the video in a second. YouTube is vague about what the strike is for. They just say, hey, man, it was some inappropriate content and it was within the realm of this. And it's like, okay, well, just tell me what it is so I can fix it. But they don't do that. So I had to guess about what it was that they didn't like. I'm not going to say what it was because then they'll pull this one down as well. But yeah.
I'll tell you what it wasn't.
Anyway.
I'll tell you what it wasn't about. It wasn't about niggas. That's okay, apparently.
You can talk about niggas with nothing else. So I'm going to play this video, but essentially it's a 6-minute video. It's a long video.
Oh, we can't do that.
I went in and I clipped out a considerable portion of it where they're talking about it's like a call and they're going back and forth about a police call. So I took that part out and frankly just left in the inflammatory parts. Yeah. So I'm just going to play it. Maybe we'll stop it a few times to comment on it. But here we go. Let's do screen.
May I attempt?
Nobody showed up. Oh, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I've seen 2 videos, and I heard, you know who Dan Bongino is? He's on Fox News all the time. He used to be Secret Service. Yeah. He said, you know, what they're saying now is, well, he didn't have to shoot him. It's just a taser. Then how come when you tase a nigger, it's like you done killed him 27 times? The guy's running. He's got the taser in his hand, and you see him, and he turns, and you see him fire the taser at the officer.
Okay, what would he have done if it had hit the officer? Go over there and get his gun and kill him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or what if one of them projectiles would have struck him in the eye? Yeah. The act of him firing that taser at an officer is an aggravated assault.
All right. Let me jump in here. They are referencing, as I understand it, the case in Georgia where, and I can't remember the gentleman's name off the top of my head, which is very unfortunate because there's so many of these cases that you get the names confused. And I have an idea of a name, but I don't want to say the wrong name and disrespect that gentleman or his family.
The gentleman in
but the gentleman had been drinking and driving
in the Wendy's parking lot, correct?
Yeah, he was drinking and driving, was in the drive-through, had passed out behind the wheel in the drive-through. The cops came, got him to pull the car over to the side. It was a relatively routine exchange until they decided, okay, this guy is drunk. We can't let him get in the car and drive. We're going to arrest him. And as they were going to arrest him, the gentleman say it again.
Rashard Brooks.
Yes. Rashard Brooks. He went for the police officer's taser, grabbed it, started running, turned around, pointed it, pulled the trigger. If I understand, remember the details of the story, it misfired, so it didn't fire, and they shot him and killed him. So that's what these gentlemen are referring to when they say, if you, I don't understand what if you tase a nigga, it's like shooting him 27 times. Let's continue.
Because he has not been trained in the proper use. An officer, if I go to tase somebody, I know to shoot low. I know what to do. He doesn't know.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I'm sorry. Got to jump back in here. Now, a distinction in creating a level of privilege. If I do it, it's okay because I'm trained. But if you do it, it's not okay because you aren't trained. If you do it, it's aggravated assault. If I do it, it's not because I'm trained. I don't know if that's true. Now, I'm no lawyer for sure, but I don't know if that's true.
I'm still stuck on if you taser. I'm still stuck on shoot him 127 times or whatever the hell he said. Like, really, dude? Like, he's trying to make it like, black folks are super strong and can take a taser and superhuman, so we have to kill them. That's how I took it.
Or why is it such a big deal if we tasing people? I don't understand why y'all. Right. Is how I read what he was saying. But I don't know the operation of his mind. I only know the words that were presented. Let's continue.
That's what I
And that mayor up there, she's already fired the officer. And without a hearing. And she's pushing real hard. They say she's now the front runner to be Joe Biden's vice presidential candidate.
You kidding?
Bullshit.
His response was goddamn hilarious.
You bullshit. They gonna let a nigga be in. They gonna let a vice. Oh, hell no. We already had Obamas.
You kidding?
You bullshit.
So
characters, boy.
This is where I agree with him a little bit. I do think she overstepped by firing him without due process.
Okay. No.
I think he should have been fired, but I think there should have been a process because there is a process for that. And I think they should have followed the process and then fired him.
No, I think there's too much process when it comes to police overstepping their bounds. If someone is running away from you, they are not a threat. For them to kill him the way they did, he was not a threat to the officers. He was not a threat to any other humans. He didn't have somebody in a headlock threatening to kill them, but yet they saw fit to murder this man. Yes, they should be fired right on the spot.
Okay, so I'm going to tread lightly. I agree that they should be fired, both of them. Because there were two cops there, only one act.
Correct. If I remember the case
Say it again.
Did they try to like cover it up and justify shooting the man in his back as he was running away?
No, because it happened all so very fast. There was no way to really kind of justify it. Now, on the back end, the officer who was fired, please forgive me if I get the details of this wrong, everybody, but the officer who was fired was like, what the fuck? Right? Like, I didn't get an opportunity to defend myself, present anything. You just fucking fired me. And, obviously I think the officer who did the shooting felt like it was a justified shooting. I don't agree with that at all. I agree with you 100%. When somebody is turned and running away, that they present a less of a threat. It's a less threatening situation. I think it could have been handled a lot differently. I am Monday morning quarterbacking.
Yeah.
But
just to kind of jump in real quick, just to refresh people's memories.
I think the end result,
brother, they talked to that brother for a good 30 to 45 minutes, maybe even an hour before he got scared and ran and ran. He was intoxicated. He had fallen asleep. He told them everything they wanted to know. They talked to this man so they got a good feel of who or what he was. He wasn't a criminal. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't harboring drugs in the car. He was trying to get home. Maybe I had a little too much to drink. I fell asleep. Yeah, I'm just trying to get home. And after talking to him for all that time, when he got scared, he didn't make the correct decision to run, but I do understand why he did. They murdered him. So when you put all that, when you factor all that in, and I'm not trying to litigate this like I'm a real lawyer or anything like that, but he was running away. They did not have to shoot this man at all. There was nothing called for shooting this man. He wasn't charging at them. Okay, he took a taser, he shot it at you, he failed, but you're the professional. You know this man is intoxicated and trying to run away. Why murder him?
I agree. I just think that the city should have crossed its T's and dotted its I's so that the firing, that all of it stayed above board and was beyond scrutiny, because subverting that process now opens them up to a level and a layer of scrutiny, unfair, whether it's founded or unfounded. End result still should have been the firing, but I just think that they should have gone through that process and done it the way they normally would do it.
I hear you, but I just think, the process benefits the cops, gives them the benefit of the doubt. There's no benefit of the doubt of the person that they killed. And You know, a lot of times that process gets these cops off. They skate with no type of retribution for the lives they destroyed for their, you know, in their hasty actions. It was not necessary. It was excessive force. Anyway, all that to say,
Yes.
going back to these racist cops, they're on his side. And that's the other side of it.
Yes. Yes, they are.
The cop side, that's what I mean.
Because if I had a fucking mayor, I'd rather the mayor than Stacey Abrams.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm sorry, everybody. I have to keep stopping because it's a lot to cover here. And don't mistake my laughter to think that I don't take this seriously. I do take this very seriously. It's just some part of racism and stupidity that I find funny.
He talks about black folks like we're some sort of subhuman, not even subhuman, just an animal of some sort. If I had to fuck an ape, it would be. Now change ape to nigger. If I had to fuck a nigger, it would be the mayor, Keisha, rather than Stacey Abrams, is what he said. If you get away from the racist, the statement is, I find Keisha a little more attractive than Stacey Abrams, but that's not even where we're going with the shit. It's just before you even get there. If I had to fucking really,
If I had
to fucking really,
if I had to. If you were holding a gun to my head and forcing me to do it, to denigrate myself in such a way as to lay with one of them, if I had to,
right,
then I'd pick that one over that one. Look, for anybody that's outside of Atlanta, or who don't keep up with politics and who aren't aware of who Keisha Lance Bottoms and Stacey Abrams are. Keisha Lance Bottoms is the mayor of Atlanta. It was rumored that she was in contention to be a VP candidate. She did get an appointment from Biden to a position in the DNC. Not DNC, the Democratic body.
yes.
Stacey Abrams she ran for governor of the state of Georgia. The last time, it was a few years ago. She did not win.
Legitimately, she should have won, but it was stolen from her.
That is the narrative, right? She didn't win. There were allegations of voter tampering, voter fraud, that stuff.
It was evidence as well.
The gentleman who won, I knew his name right there, and it just went right out of my brain. Kemp, Governor Kemp. At the time of that, say it again.
He's the current governor of Georgia.
Yes, Governor Kemp.
Yeah.
At the time of the election with him and Stacey Abrams, he was also holding the position in the state as the person who oversees elections. Now,
you say,
I don't know about you.
So we just call him Governor Dick. Governor Dick Swab basically used his position overseeing the election to discount, to discredit and wipe a bunch of black folks off of the voter registrations, therefore making his win suspect. So
nothing has ever been proven that happened. However, When you are the person who oversees the election that you yourself are running in, it opens you up to a level of scrutiny. It opens you up to questions of tampering and improper behavior. And the semblance of impropriety simply exists because you are governing the thing you are running for.
That's really political. I like how you.
That said,
I like how you did that. I like how you stated that. I prefer to say, Governor Dick Swab cheated, becoming Governor Dick Swab.
Stacey Abrams has moved on to start an organization called Fair Fight, where
she's better than I can tell you.
She started an organization called Fair Fight, where her goal is to make sure that elections run fair and everything. And I think she was also rumored to be Biden's running mate as well. An idea, if you're outside of Atlanta, outside of politics, that gives you an idea of just kind of context of who they're talking about.
Gotcha.
Let's move on. There's more.
I don't own no slaves. My folks didn't own no slaves.
Hey,
you know, what are we talking about? 200 years ago?
Hey, I do a lot of stuff on my family history, on Ancestry. And, you know, we're all from up north, but there was a small branch of the family that lived in Virginia, which before the Civil War, what is West Virginia was Virginia. And I did find evidence of some slave owning part of my family, even though we're from Ohio and didn't nobody up there. But I'm going to tell you, looking at Chris's family, holy man, let me tell you what. She had one relative, I can't remember.
Let me jump in real quick. We have no real context of who Chris is. Based on the conversation, based on his familiarity, based on his ability to have access to that type of information, I'm only left to assume that Chris is either his wife or someone in his family that's very close to him.
His beard.
That's a pure assumption on my part.
Allegedly, his beard. He's like,
you got to call the man gay.
And you know what the beard is. You know what the beard is. Yeah, he strikes me as a guy that walks around with a bag of dicks. This dude has nerve to say, you know, I don't own no slaves, as if it's not relevant, as if, you know, and then he's, you know, admits that he has family from West Virginia, so that means he's probably the offspring of first cousins. So there's that twang for you. Fuck this dude, man. Real talk, man. Like, I'm glad he lost his job. They fired his ass, right? Fuck this dude. Straight up.
He resigned. He resigned. He was like, I quit. I'm out.
You need to make sure he has a pension. Make sure he doesn't benefit from all those things from resigning quietly. No. Lose all your shit. Fuck you. Let's do, you know what I'm saying? Because this culture, this mindset is exactly what's the problem in modern day policing. This is not the 1950s, but you still like him with that same mindset. And that's a problem. That's a problem.
It's rooted in or as I see it, it's rooted in the why can't you just move on mentality. And it's not that simple. It's a far more complex and involved issue that deals with generational psychological abuse, generational wealth, access to opportunity being withheld, not an even playing field. I mean, it's systematic and purposeful dissolution of the Black family structure. Right, it is so many things involved that you can't. It's not as simple as get over it.
Right.
Right. You can't. That is vastly oversimplifying a very, very complex situation. Yeah. It's purposefully ignorant, in my opinion. In my opinion of this situation, because there are some people who say that who are just ignorant and they don't understand the complexity of the situation. And when you explain it to them, they go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." But yeah, there's more. Let's continue.
He fought in the Civil War. After the Civil War was over with, he became an overseer on a plantation. So he was in charge of all the slaves. And there was some article or something about something he did in the paper, and the newspaper said that whatever his name was, says he was known to be the meanest man alive.
Really? Well, you know what now? I don't know if this has any merit back in the slave time, but I'm sure there was a lot of them mistreated. I don't have no doubt about that. But for the most part, it seems to me like they furnished them a house to live in. They furnished them clothes to put on their back. They furnished them, all they had to do was fucking work.
And now we give them all those things and they don't have to fucking work.
That's it.
Okay, can we?
So I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, can we?
That's pretty much the end of the video.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My intelligent humor is gone. My intelligent humor. Fucking with a bag of dicks. This dude, real talk. I mean, you could just hear the bigotry pouring off his tongue. How many people how did that mindset play into how he did his job for all those years he's been on the force? You know what I'm saying? How many people had to deal with people that look like me and Mike here, had to deal with this dude and his mindset and his preconceptions of what Black people were when he walked up on you for a taillight or for a misunderstanding? You get what I'm saying? Like, all those things is what I'm thinking about. And he's not the first person I've heard or express or get a notion of, that they think this way or feel this way, right? I lived in Georgia for almost 10 years. I came across quite a few cops that felt like Gomer Pyle type, you know what I'm saying? Like, I you know what I'm saying? You already know what you're dealing with. You kind of know what you're dealing with. But how many people were prosecuted off of some bullshit because of some shit that he did? That's what I'm thinking. And to hear him on tape saying these things and for nothing really to happen to him because of it, it really puts a sour taste in my mouth. It really makes me feel a kind of way, a little tight about it. In the post-racial era, and I say that with quotations, in this post-racial era, cats like this gotta go. I don't just mean from their jobs. They need to die off and not be allowed to procreate because they're poisoning, the well. I mean, I would hope that any children or younger family members that he was around don't have this type of mindset and he's just a dinosaur. But no, that's not, and unfortunately, that's not what happens. There are some that pick up on it. This racism is learned. And so I'm sure he's passed on that same mindset, not only to his family members, but to other police officers, younger police officers coming up in the force, learning from him on how to deal with and treat people of color. There's really nothing else to say about it. He doesn't deserve any benefit of the doubt. Everything he says and feels about Black folks is on display. And you can probably, I'm sure, allegedly, but I'm sure you can go back in his history and find, questionable arrest and treatment of Black folks and associate it with the same thought process. Fuck him.
I like the way you wrap it up with a bow on the end. Fuck him. So I think a lot of things. The first, to your point of poisoning the well. The upside that I see based on the times that we live in is that individual thought is strongly encouraged. And a lot of people nowadays are courageous enough to speak up, to speak out, or to just simply not follow, to see something that's a mess and say, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to follow that example. I'm not going to go down that path that this person is on. So that I don't see evidence of that here, but I am encouraged because of the times we live in. The other thing that I think, or one of the other things that I think, is that every case that he has been involved in that involves people of color needs to be reopened and re-examined. Yeah. Now, if the evidence from an impartial examiner determines that there was no wrongdoing, then so be it. Sentence stands. But if there is evidence of wrongdoing, that shit needs to be retried.
Yeah.
It needs to go back to the beginning, because you can't. It is very difficult for a person of authority and power to separate their thought process, mantra, whatever, from their action. It's very difficult to do that. So now that we know what the thought process and the mantra is, everything needs to be re-examined under that lens, because it was examined under a lens of him being an altruistic, fair-minded individual before. Well, that wasn't an accurate lens. It was muddy or had Vaseline on it. It's an old camera trick to blur out a shot. But so yeah, that's the other thing that I think it needs to be the district attorney, whoever handles that, they need to reopen all those arrests. I know it's a lot. I know it's a how are they going to pay for it? I get all of that, but the interest of justice needs to be served, not the interest of the finances and the bursar's office.
Yeah.
The third thing that I think, just in general with that mentality, what did he say? He gave him a job and look, if you are trapped in a mansion, locked in that mansion, they give you all of the TVs, the best food, everything you could ever want. You're still in a cage. You're still locked in there, and you still don't have your freedom. That is the main thing that was stolen. That is the main transgression, is the forcible institution of manual labor and relocation and how it was enforced. So it ain't got shit to do with 3 squares a day and a job. That's bullshit. It's freedom being taken away and no choice. Had no choice. So I'm glad dude stepped down. Yeah. I think the other gentleman that was complicit as well. They instituted mandatory sensitivity training. Let me find that. So I'm not. Mayor Julie Brown, she's the mayor of that area. City begins the process of replacing ex-chief Gene Allman, who resigned. Its major focus is how to reform the police department, starting with proper training. The city plans to hire a sensitivity training company to meet with the entire force. Training is mandatory for whoever is hired as the next chief. Former officer John Brooks didn't know his body cam was on during a vile racist conversation last year with Allman. Brooks casually dropped the N-word. Yeah. So we saw the whole thing. And look, and this is the other. Who dimed him out?
Listen,
somebody released a video.
Listen, somebody who he didn't know the camera was on. And it might have been a sister or a brother that was like, "Oh, word, okay, here you go." That's how you feel? Oh,
fuck this dude.
And he's probably somebody that they talk to. Listen, that's a whole deep dive. It's pissing me off. Today's my birthday. I don't want to even talk about it. When I say fuck that dude, hardcore. Straight up. While we were discussing this, I missed a call from my mom. So before we wrap up,
hey mom,
I want to give her a call back. So, ladies and gentlemen, my mom, Miss Kathleen Battle, if she picks up. Now the phone is acting slow.
Hello. Hello? Hello?
See, she's there. You can hear?
No, I can't hear her. Oh.
She's there. You. I can hear.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Trying to make some dinner real quick.
All right. I got you. I have you on the show. Say hi to Mike.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing okay. Glad to see the snow melt.
Mike ain't seen no snow. In Atlanta.
Nope.
Mike ain't seen snow. He ain't seen nothing.
On the internet, that's about it.
That's about it, right?
Well, you're lucky. Sometimes I think, I don't know, where would I move where there's no snow?
Cuba.
No, thank you. No, I want to visit.
No, not Cuba.
I want to visit. I want to go to Cuba, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we'll never go to Cuba. Shit, what they had, they allowed people to go into the country to travel in there for 5 minutes and then they shut them down again.
Yeah, that was due to the former retard in the office.
Trumpet is the bad president.
Oh, you got to use his voice more. Yeah. Well, again, I want to wish you happy birthday on air.
Thank you, Ma.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So,
can I say your age? Or, you don't want me to say your age on here, right?
Yeah, I'll just say my age. It's not necessary. You know my age. Necessary. I mean, everybody that know me. What how old?
No, they know you. They don't know how old you are.
They don't know how old. You don't need to know. I'm doing how Funk Master Flex does the same thing. Don't worry about my age. I'm still doing it. I'm still here. Don't worry about it. I've been around a while. That's all you need to know.
Well, anyway, you got a little while before you turn 50.
I have a little while and even longer before I look it.
Like,
mm-hmm. So maybe you could tell this story. I was born in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
For those in New York,
Greenpoint Hospital,
which is no longer around. If Greenpoint Hospital turned into Woodhull Hospital, and Woodhull Hospital is not the place you want to be. In Cooper Projects, you were in Cooper Projects at Aunt Celeste's house. My grandfather's sister, Celeste.
Yeah.
Would you care to tell the story? Because she always calls me in the afternoon and goes, well, you weren't born until 4:00, so it ain't really your birthday yet.
Yeah, so what had happened was I was, I think my water broke when I was home. We were living in Red Hook Projects. And my grandpa, took me, I guess, we took a cab, we went to the hospital. Wasn't nothing happening, wasn't ready yet. So he left me at Aunt Celeste's house, which is the old Greenpoint Hospital was walking distance, right outside the projects. So I stayed with Aunt Celeste, her husband, Uncle Earl, my first cousins, Robin, Butch, Beanie. Daryl was around too.
Mm-hmm.
And Ross was somewhere around. So I think Ross is around.
No, Ross is older than me?
No.
I thought me and Ross were the same age.
wrong. No, I'm sorry. No, not Ross. No, Daryl.
Okay.
So, no, I stayed there the night, and, as the contractions came slow, whatever, I went to the hospital a couple times at night. They said, no, not ready. They said it wasn't the water that broke. I'm like, I don't know what it was, or stuff that was on the floor. But, and so during the day, definitely was on a Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And went back and forth to the hospital. Aunt Celeste was working. She was working as a school crossing guard. And Uncle Earl was there with me, Butch and Rob, and everybody had to go to school. And I was there with Uncle Earl. And as the day went on, the contractions got worse and worse. And I don't know how many times I went back and forth to the hospital, and they kept sending me home. But when the contractions got really, really bad, when I started hollering, Uncle Earl was hollering. He was having a nervous breakdown. And I went through the whole day, just back and forth to the hospital. And they lived on the 5th or the 6th floor, and the elevator stopped working. We had to go up to the roof and cross over to the next building to take the elevator down. Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh, wow.
And so finally, late in the afternoon, I was at the hospital. The contractions was really bad. And my grandmother, my Nana, I guess when she got off from work, she came to see about me, and she saw that I was really having like from all day and all night, a really slow labor. So she gave me some tea with some castor oil. And that's what got me admitted. That's what then they kept me. But when I finally delivered you, I was, they didn't put me to sleep, of course. I had natural childbirth. I was scared. I was very young. And when you were born, I remember seeing you. You look great. I remember saying, "What? You look great." But that was just the stuff that was all over you, and you cried a little bit. And 8 pounds and 1/4 ounces. Big head baby boy. 8 1/4. I call him a quarter pounder baby. And so when I call Terrence on his birthday every year, I'm like, it's still early. You didn't get here until 4:38. It was 4:38 in the afternoon. Let's see, what time is it now?
4:35.
People can remember when Terrence was born, like my cousin Butch and Robin and Jeannie, and maybe Daryl.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Nana would tell me stories. She always would say if I remember correctly, she told me she was one of the first, if not the first, to see me. Because she said they hadn't cleaned you up good. She said. Nana said, no, I saw you. They hadn't cleaned you up. They hadn't even cleaned you up good.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah, thank God it was a natural birth. It was healthy. You were healthy. No problems afterwards. Thank God. So, yeah. I'm gonna say your age, man.
No, you can't. I'm a mute it. I'm muted. That's all. That's only because it's on the podcast. That's all. Cause I ain't gotta know. Y'all ain't gotta know. You can just guess. You can count the gray hairs and try to figure it out from there. Got to figure it out from there. And my grandfather at 70 had a full head of hair. He had a big afro. So I'm not going bald no time soon.
Okay.
So thank you, Mom. Love you.
I love you too. Again, happy birthday. I'm very proud of you. You're doing your thing. You're, doing all the things that you had dreamed and aspired to do from a child.
You said to me, I aspired to do radio when I don't remember that.
Yeah. 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 I always wanted to, to be a DJ. Initially, at some point, you wanted to be a rapper for a little while, but no. You wanted to do radio.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Well, what did you do? You don't remember being little and saying what you wanted to be in elementary school from elementary school?
No, I don't remember that. I don't. I remember, let me see.
I have your stuff here. I have your stuff. I kept my kids' papers from school and things. I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff, but only the best stuff.
You can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. What do you mean you're going to get rid of it?
Not that. I wouldn't. Some of your artwork and things like that. Some of the cards and things that you wrote. You need to take a look. Stuff is in the basement.
Okay. All right. But what was you said is a writing, something I wrote?
Some stuff, you have. There's a lot of stuff, Darren.
I don't remember being interested in radio. I liked radio, listening to radio. I remember paying attention.
Or wanted to be a DJ, whether it was spinning music or whatever. Yeah.
I was telling my wife and my 4-year-old Tahir, Kelly, I was telling Tahir a story of my grandfather had gotten me a record player, a turntable. He worked for the Board of Education here in New York, and so here in New York we had these big blue turntables. It was all-in-one turntable and speaker and everything all in one, right? And he had given me one of those, and I used to listen to stories and music on that turntable. And it brought, I remembered that because Sire asked me what was my favorite story when I was a kid, and I remember Johnny Appleseed and something else. I forget there's another story. It's a record that I had that I used to play on that turntable. But yeah, I remember having a turntable when I was a kid. But yeah, I don't remember being interested in radio. That's funny.
Well, wanting to be a DJ, yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, because my cousin Gerard said the same thing. I don't have any recollection of that.
I remember. Okay. Yes, and I was remember I was telling you the story earlier today when back in the late 70s, early 80s. I used to party, used to go to clubs, and we were riding home on the bus or something, or on the cab. No, it wasn't cab because I didn't have money back then. So was riding the bus, and I was sure there was people lining up for this club that was downtown Brooklyn, somewhere, or Flatbush and Flatbush and I forgot the cross street over there near BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music. And I was like, oh man, yeah, I want to go there. I want to go check out this club. And you started saying, I want to go. Can I go? No, you can't go. I don't want to go. You started acting up about wanting to go to the club. You were little. I'm like, it's not for children.
That explains a lot of things.
What happened? What did you say, Mike?
That explains a lot of things.
I want to go. I'm like, you can't go. It's not for children.
That's funny.
Yeah, you was acting up. Yeah. But when he got a little older, my old club that I used to like to go to was called Club Ecstasy on Eastern Parkway. They had a kiddie disco. So I took them to the first first club.
I remember that. I remember going because if I remember correctly, I was dressed like somebody from Saturday Night Fever.
You didn't have on a jacket, fool. Shut up. You had a shirt. You look nice.
I had the hang glider collar though.
It wasn't a t-shirt. Listen, boy, don't play with me.
Like John Travolta.
No, you didn't have
John Travolta.
He had
no
shirt and pants and shoes. Fool. I have pictures. My grandkids don't even know. They don't never really get dressed up. But Terrence, we used to go to church. He wore. Yeah, I found a picture. I don't know where it just dropped out of nowhere of you in a white wool coat with the wool collar, brown collar, and a nice rim hat, which had to have been holiday. That's how I used to dress. Suit when we were going out. I made sure my son looked presentable. I tried. I didn't have a lot of money, but what I could do was to make sure my kids, my child, looked good. He didn't have to look like where we came from. We was poor. No money.
Yeah. Well, Ma, I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just talking to y'all. Mike?
Yes, ma'am.
Mike. Yes. You can say his age over the radio.
No,
on the air.
No, you can't. And me and Mike is the same age, so he can't even say his age.
I think I've said my age on the show before.
Yes, as people, and it's your job to go find it. We're not going to disclose it right now. You know, people don't like really doing research, so they'll never find it.
They'll never find it. No. They got to listen through 2,000 minutes of content in order to find it. Good luck.
Well, yeah, that's where you find it. In fact, if you find it, I got $100 for you. No, I don't.
That is hilarious.
Your age. Don't tell your kids how old you are, because your kids will tell everybody how old you are.
But you know what's so funny about that? Growing up, I had no idea how old my mother was. She would never, ever tell us her age. So every year we'd be like, happy birthday, how old are you? She's like, I'm not telling you. I didn't know how old my mother was until I got like older, like teenage. She would not tell us. Would not tell us.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I'm following the guidelines of Funkmaster Flex, except for I will not be getting liposuction.
I don't know. Okay.
Flex got liposuction. That's all. That was just a quick jab to say. Flex got lipo. Hey, listen. Hey, whatever works. I'm trying to work out. You took the shortcut.
Well.
Plus, I can't afford lipo, so there's hate there.
It sounded like a little hate, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Rich bastard. That's it, Ma. I love you.
Hey, now I know it's time for you to go ahead and bug out. I'm getting off the phone now.
All right, Ma. I love you.
Love you too. Mike, take care. Good talking to you.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That's my mom.
All right, hold on 1 second. I got to get the door. Ow. And I'm bumping my head on lights.
All right, folks. This has been fun. I've been sipping as we sit here. This bottle was not full. No judgment. It was about a quarter full. I finished it. So I need to go get another bottle of Woodford Reserve. That's not a plug. I just enjoy drinking Wood Reserve. I was just letting the folks know that as we sat here, I finished my bottle.
Oh, shit.
It was not full now. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't full.
I was about to say, damn, bro.
About a quarter. It was about a quarter. And over the course of 2 hours, I've sipped it down. One, I have to replace the bottle. I enjoyed this. I really have to replace the bottle. And
I used to do Woodford back in the day. Woodford is a great bourbon. So it's fantastic. Very smooth, got a nice sweetness to it. I love it.
Yeah. I'm just now starting to get into bourbons. And I enjoyed that one. It's not bad. It's not bad. There's another one that has like an oak flavor to it or whatever. I can't even, it's the same brand, but just another flavor or whatever. But
gotcha.
In any case, we'll go ahead and wrap up, man.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, it's been fun. Folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the birthday. Thanks for the birthday love. Here's what I want for my birthday. I'll say this. If you know me, you know me. If you don't know me, get to know me. And this is what I want for my birthday. Subscribe on YouTube, Unpopin Show. Let's get over this 100 hump, which will in turn pay out $100 to somebody. But that would be your gift to the show and to me. Just subscribe and we'll take it there. We'll take it from there. All right. Again, if you're not following us already, hit us up on all socials at Unpopin Show. Our website, of course, is unpopinshow.com. And we'll have more content coming for you. And whatever you're doing, enjoy yourself, be safe, and see you next time.
Peace. Need a daily dose of jokes? Like, subscribe, smash the notification button, and you'll get jokes in your inbox basically every week.
Absolutely. Because we like cats. No, that's the wrong. God damn it.